This is the traditional time, and it's a really good time of year to plant deciduous trees and shrubs. We've got one of Eden's apricot blaze roses going to plant here in front of the biomes. Late autumn, winter is a time for pruning and training deciduous trees like these willow, and we use them here at Eden to great effect in these willow structures that kids can run around and enjoy. What I'm going to have to do is tie in some of these lower ones low down so that next year when they send out growth, that growth can be woven into the structure. But the ones high up, I want to get cutting them off so we can encourage the lower growth. Mulching areas at this time of year is really good for a couple reasons. Mulching bare veggie patches like this is going to stop the rain through the winter leaching out all those nutrients. And around perennials, if you put a mulch down, it will protect them from the winter cold. We sow green manures at Eden for lots of reasons in the late autumn. Once they're on the ground, they hold the soil together and they retain the nutrients so that we can dig them in the spring to release them. They also stop weeds from growing through the winter. Good news for us. We're lifting tender perennials. Here I've got some dahlias, we'll be lifting cannas too, storing them in the winter in crates of compost, somewhere cool and dark. Shed's ideal. Then in the spring they'll be ready to plant again. Of course, sometimes plants are too big to lift and take inside for the winter. Take our Dixonias here, and if you've got bananas in the garden, you're going to have the same problem. We've got to wrap them or do something to protect them from the winter cold. I'm going to use straw, pack it into the crown, tie it on. But if you live in a really cold area, you could also wrap the trunk or pull all the leaves up and wrap them and tie them to protect it from the winter cold. November is getting pretty cold. Make sure you get your beetroots and your carrots and your potatoes all lifted before the frost gets them. In November we are really busy here at Eden. We're clearing through the borders, cutting them back for the winter, taking out all of the dead material, cutting plants back so they'll sprout up young and fresh in the spring. But we try not to take out everything, leave some of the dead material. It looks beautiful in the frost through the winter, and it's a great place for hibernating insects. If you'd like to create a safe haven for wildlife in your garden this winter, there's loads of different wildlife hotels available that you can purchase and put in your garden. You can attract things like bees that are going to be great pollinators for your garden next year, provide safe habitats for hedgehogs, frogs and dormice. Well, if you haven't started thinking about Christmas yet, now's the time. Lots of things out in the garden to collect that we can be using to make natural decorations in the house. Another lovely thing to do at this time of year is to plant paperwhite bulbs, and they might be in flower for Christmas.